Hare जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी। अल्लाह। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jaya Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक जगाचार्य स्तोत्र सताबे प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन प्रतिष्ठाता आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक स्तोत्र भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 11, Text 17. Will recite the text and will read the word-to-word meaning and translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. भ्रातृव्यमेनं तदब्रवीर्य मुपेक्षयाद्येदितमप्रमत्त गुरोर्हरेश्चरणोपासनास्त्रो जहीवलीकं स्वयमात्ममोसम् भ्रातव्यमेनं तद्ब्रवीर्य मुपेक्षयाद्येदितमप्रमत्त गुरोर्हरेश्चरणोपासनास्त्रो जहीव्यलीकं स्वयमात्ममोसम् भ्रातृव्यमेनं तदब्रवीर्य मुपेक्षयाद्येदितमप्रमत्त गुरोर्हरेश्चरणोपासनास्त्रो जहीव्यलीकं स्वयमात्ममोसम् गुरोर्हरेश्चरणोपासनास्त्रो जहीव्यलीकं स्वयमात्ममोसम् भ्रातृव्यम् चरणोपासनास्त्रो जहीव्यलीकं स्वयमात्ममोसम् भ्रातृव्यमेनं तदब्रवीर्य उपेक्षयाद्येदितमप्रमत्त गुरोर्हरेश्चरणोपासनास्त्रो जहीव्यलीकं स्वयमात्ममोसम्. Anyone else, Mataji? Word to word meaning. Pratavyam, the formidable enemy. Enam, this mind. Tat, that. Adabraviryam, very, very powerful. Upeksha, by neglecting. Adeyaditam, unnecessarily increased in power. Apramattaha, one who is without illusion. Guroho, of the spiritual master. Hare, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Charana of the lotus feet, Upasana Astraha, applying the weapon of worshipping, Jahi, conquer, Velikam, false, Swayam, personality, Atmamosam, which covers the constitutional position of the living entity. Translation. This uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. If one neglects it or gives it a chance, it will grow more and more powerful and will become victorious. Although it is not factual, it is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul. O King, please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do this with great care. Purport. There is one easy weapon with which the mind can be conquered: neglect. The mind is always telling us to do this or that, therefore, we should be very expert in disobeying the mind's order. Gradually, the mind should be trained to obey the orders of the soul. It is not that one should obey the orders of the mind. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that to control the mind, one should beat it with shoes many times just after awakening and again before going to sleep. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ji ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai. In this way, one can control the mind. This is the instructions of all the Shastras. If one does not do so, one is doomed to follow the dictation of the mind. Another bona fide process is to abide strictly by the orders of the spiritual master and engage in the Lord's service. Then the mind will be automatically controlled. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed Srila Rupa Goswami, Brahmanda Brahmite ko na bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata. When one receives the seed of devotional service by the mercy of the Guru and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one's real life begins. If one abides by the order of the spiritual master by the grace of Krishna, he is freed from service to the man, to the mind. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the 5th canto, 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Jara Bharat, instructing Raghunath. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Taking the dust of the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis sitting here, I would like to speak on this text and also concluding verse of this chapter, Jada Bharat instructing Rauguna. The whole chapter is focusing on the mind actually. And this is the pivotal. Pivotal means important factor in one's life. Pivotal. And because we see why the important, because mind is the cause of different of species. Different species take because of mind, only because of this sansara, this material nature created. Because there is a jad and chetan, means matter and spirit. Without the spirit is a living entity, the matter is of no use actually. So this world material nature is coming up only because of this mind is the cause for this sansara actually. So and because of that bodily appearances, people take body, different bodies, human, animal, and other bondage. They get bind here, and one species to another, like that they are moving, and liberation. Some of them, and then when some are getting liberated. These are the all these things are happening in this material world, and because of that, what is happening? Distress, happiness, and illusion. Because people are suffering, feeling distress, and some feeling of happiness is there, and people living in illusion. All this, all because the main pivotal important factor is mind. Because of mind is all happening actually again and again. And the whole chapter is describing about the mind, about the nature of the mind, how it entangles the soul, covers the soul, and how to conquer it. All the aspects of the mind has been covered in this chapter actually. And we have been seeing in this chapter, we'll just refresh ourselves. So, the nature of the mind, it is said, Maya Rachita Antar Atma. This is created by the material energy. First, what is mind is there actually. Sodas Atma. This is the chief of the 16. What are the 16? Five gross elements, five knowledge acquiring senses, five working senses, and one mind. Gross is there because of Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Ayu, Akash, because of the gross body, and there is a knowledge acquiring senses is there. Ear, nose, jiva, this tongue, eyes, skin, all are there, and other hands, legs, and all genitals, and these are the are the working senses are there, and mind, and among the is mind is the chief. All are working under the directions of mind only. And and the mind is the vasanatma. First is maya rachita antatma, because material energy creating. The second vasanatma, it is storehouse of pious and sinful impressions. We have been traveling from so many species. What are the we are enjoying or doing sinful acts or pious acts, all impressions are stored actually, vasanas. And here also said atmamosam, and mind which covers the constitutional position of the living entity. It covers it, it make us forget who we are actually, mind, because mind is material. And also it is said guna pravaha, it operates under the modes actually. Huh? That is goodness, passion, and ignorance. And and having material concoction, material ideas, all on the material platforms only actually. And visay uparakt, and attached to material sense enjoyment. This is all we have to see how the mind is defined here actual. Without knowing the mind's the character and its function, then how to conquer it, we cannot understand it actually. Hmm. And it causes distress, happiness, illusion, and bodily appearance, bondage, and liberation, and unlimited transformations. uh, Keep jiva wandering in different species of life in different conditions. So many species, so many conditions we are living, all because of mind. But the point is how it covers the soul. because it it get attached to material energy, because the material product attached to material energy, and it has material ideas, material concoctions, and because of that mind has, we have material anxiety. Everyone is now in the world is in an anxiety, because everyone wants happiness, and everyone looking for happiness. But the thing is that they are more and more becoming distressful actually here. And because why? Asatyara satyakari mani, ahankara matoya Nitaya pada pasariya asatyera satya karimani. Why the mind? Because asatya is material energy, satya is spiritual, and mind of product of material energy. That's why mind think asatya is satya. That's why mind is so strong, and it deceives the jiva. That is, one is attached. Second, deceives the jiva with the wheel of repeated birth and death, because it gives false promises actually, because it is working on the asat platform. Oh no, we'll become happy now. This type of this may not be working. We'll try another way. Then we'll become happy. This is it. This is the way mind deceives us, living entity. And also it has possessiveness. He wants to have, because he wants to happy on material platform. Possessiveness our sense objects, because our sense objects, for our ear we want to hear, for our eyes, we want to see something nice. For our nose, we want to smell something. For our tongue, we want to taste something. For our skin, we want to touch and have feelings of touch. Like that, the mind is having the sense objects, and what is happening results in immediate forgetting our real position. Our real position we forgets who we are, and we forget real position and disposition, what to do. When forget position, then disposition also goes. Then we start working on the material platform only. If we know we are not the material, we are the spiritual, spirit, then we work on spiritual platform. But mind make us to work on material platform actually, and we forget our Swarupa. Jivera Swarupa, Krishna Nitya Das. It covers the constitutional position of the living entity. That is the main problem actually we are facing. Because then we are looking for happiness and different direction, not in right direction actually. So then what is happening? Lamentation, then illusion. We are getting into lust, greed, pride, envy, enmity, all these are the because of the mind only. All these problems we are facing actually. So the these are the how it got entangled, and what are the characteristic of mind we understood. But the real is question is how to conquer it. So that is our this is the this text explaining how to, about after explaining everything about the mind, this, and it says neglect the mind, upekshaya, it says neglect the mind, and uh, by attentiveness, very carefully. It is not easy to neglect the mind, because apramata means mind is pramatta, mind is very mad, and we have to become apramatta, opposite of madness. That is attentiveness actually. We say no, brahma pramada karna patava vipralipsa. Four defects are there in the human. We get illusion, we get pramad means we get this is pramatta, and karna patava, our senses are imperfect. Vipralipsa, cheating tendency is there. So that is why we get caught up, all because of this mind only. All four defects are being maintained in the human nature sense. And because the king of the senses is mind only, imperfect senses, and the pramatta is there. And The, this way one has to neglect very carefully, attentively, attentiveness. And the weapon of what is the weapon we have to use here? Upasana asruta, applying the weapon of worshipping. Worshipping to whom? Gurur Haresh Charano. Gurur Haresh Charano. The lotus feet of Guru and Harish Charana, lotus feet. We have to worship them. Charanopasana astra. And that's why in Bhagavad Gita also say now, Lord Krishna, abhyasena tu konteya, vairagyena tu kriyate. Because to how to control mind? Practice. Practice. It won't happen in one shot. Because mind is very strong actually. And we have to take shelter of uh, Paramatma, who is sitting within everyone. Same Paramatma is there in everyone's heart. You have to take shelter because he is the controller. He is controlled everything. And he is Upadrashta Anumantacha. He is witnessing everything. He is allowing, sanctioning everything actually. And he, by his mercy, by Paramatma's glance, we can control the mind. This is the way one has to control the mind. This in nutshell it is there. The point is there. It is an uncontrolled mind. Because if we allow the mind to go uncontrolled way, then it is very difficult to bring into control. That's the uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy actually. Greatest enemy. So from the beginning one should be very careful not to allow mind to go wild actually. Yeah. Because once the mind become wild, then it to bring it in control is very difficult. It is a very strong, it is very powerful. Mind gives the orders. You do like this, you do like this. Actually. And it justify minds. Oh no, why it is there? It is justification. Mind gives justification. This is what we get in trap. Because we ourselves give justification. That is mind's justification is there actually. And because mind is in goodness. So Sukha Sangena, Jnana Sangena. Because, what is wrong? We are not harming anyone. What's the problem? So like that, Sukha, he wants enjoyment here. Whether it is goodness, passion, ignorance, okay, mind says, oh, we are not enjoying in passionate way or in ignorant way. We are enjoying in a goodness way. What's the problem? And jnana, that jnana sangena, because and that it gives order even to intelligence. You do like this actually. This is the order. Mind gives the order. So it justifies for the happiness. So the point is, so it's the main culprit for our fallen position from our constitutional position. Main culprit is because of it. Once we get up in avidya, then mind take over. Once it take over means then actually. And the point is how to conquer in easy way. We have seen neglect it. Neglect the order of the mind. When we have to neglect the order of the mind, then we have to follow somebody's order. No, we cannot say. So then we see, we take the orders from the spiritual master, instructions of Hari Guru. And then we see, chant attentively, follow the instructions of the Hari Guru and Lord very attentively. And then what happened? ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते को न भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्ण प्रसादे पाए bhakti lata beach. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we get the seed of pure devotional service. It's not devotional service and pure devotional service. A gap is there. Lord, we started devotional service, but we have to move towards pure devotional service. And the main culprit, who is mind, is the main culprit. How to make mind favorable to us to have pure devotional service. So we have to take the weapon of this service to the lotus feet. Then somebody says, Oh, do good. There are so many people say different way. Neki kar darya mein dal. Do good, put it in, throw it away. That is impersonation because there is nothing is there. We can smell. And somebody say, Neki kar jeb mein dal. This is another way of saying, do good, put into a pocket. And neki kar charno mein dal. That is the way of Vaishnava. Actually. Do good, but don't take credit. Charno mein dal. This is the way. Otherwise, mind will say, oh, what is wrong? You are done good. They are doing, take it, put it in pocket. This is the mind. You are not done harm to anyone. This is justification way of mind is there actually. So this way we get caught up in that and this. So that's why Prabhupada is saying, do this with great care. This is a very important sentence of concluding verse actually. Very carefully we have to do. That is called we have to do mindfully. And that's why it is said Krishna consciousness is a razor's edge. If just neglect, then will give you cut. Mind is ready always to get it. And at one place also, and he says no here, Prabhupada, beat the mind with shoes many times. This is a very strong sentence. Says, come here and just after awakening and again before going to sleep. What is this? Shall we take shoes? Where to meet? Where to beat? Mind. Where is it? Visible? No visible. What is this means by beat and this? Because if you are not doing with care, then doing instead of doing service, will be doing disservice. That happens. Happens. Disservice. And and that's why supervision is required whether the things are going in a proper direction or in going in a different direction actually. Is there. And some other place also say about the same thing. uh, Beat the mind with 100 times shoes with beat the mind with shoes 100 times in the morning, beat the mind with 100 what is called brooms in the evening. Different versions are. What does it mean to us actually that we want to sing? So, and Prabhupada also gives the training has to be given to mind actually. And Prabhupada give examples of training of a tiger also. A tiger is how it is trained. Tiger is a wild animals. And once our mind become wild, the same training aspect is applicable to mind. Once the tiger is brought to the training center, then he uh, so he is not given food for starving. He is put my tiger is put to starving for a week. He become lean and thin. Then trainer comes. Okay, he will not give directly that flesh, the meat. He just say meat, 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 but he won't give. Then he beat again to the tiger. Then tiger thinks, and after beating, he'll give a little food actually. The tiger thinks, that, okay, we have to obey. If you obey, then he will give something to us actually. That is way, and the tigers, the wildness goes away actually. This is the way tiger is trained actually. Very, very strange training. And the same type of training is also a very hard training to mind, no, actually. To make it starve and then beat it and then don't give, then give little and then again beat. After giving again beat. You see that my master happiness is my happiness. Actually, that's whatever he does because he is giving something to me for to eat actually. This is the way actually. So, what does it mean by beating with shoes 100 times? That the softer side is that you have to go before the Lord. This is the uh, very training aspect is very wonderful aspect. and and stand before Lord and just think over our offenses and express there, and so many great acharyas have done this way of training actually. Yamunacharya, a great acharya who wrote Stotratnam, is there. He says, Aparada sahasra bhajanam patitam bhima bhavarnavodare agatim sharanagatam hare krapaya keval atmasat guru. Lord, I have done lot of offenses, Lord. Aparad sahasra bhajanam. I done so many offenses. Patitam, I have become so much fallen. Bhima bhavarna, I have so much fallen that just like a beam is so greatly fallen. I am Agatim, but I don't know where to go. I have come to your lotus feet. Agatim, there is no more, no destination for him. Agatim, Sharana, Gatam, Hare, I have come to your lotus feet. Please, Kripaya, Keval, Atmasat Guru, please accept me, Lord. This way, because master of mind is Lord. He can control the mind. We cannot control the mind. This is the way. This is the easiest way actually. That is means beating the mind with shoes. We have to accept our fallen position and our offenses. We have to go to before light. I am guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. That is what beating with the shoes. And then beating with the brooms. There are different way of understanding this. There are hard way and the softer way. I am just explaining it, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is there in softer way. That's why I am explaining. There is harder way there, then they really beat like tiger only. Nothing else is there. Then what happens? The heart become hard. Heart become, that's the problem is there actually. So another way, beating with broomsticks. Then evening we have to go, Lord, even though I am so offender, still I am continuing doing mistakes, Lord. There's a brooming, brooming. Morning shoes, because offender. Evening mistakes, brooming. Little, lighter, lighter brooming is there actually. So, so then we can say that that is also another sloka recited by Yamunacharya. Na dharma nishtosmi na chatma vedi na bhakti man swacharanaravinde akinchano nanyagati saranyam Tvatpadamulam charanam prapadde na dharma nishtha. Lord, what to do? I am not having na nishtha, no faith in the dharma that's serving you. I don't have so much faith. Na dharma nismina chatma vedi. Nor I am having the knowledge of Vedas and other na chatma vedi. Na bhakti. I don't have faith in bhakti also. No, bhakti is also not there. Na dharmanishtos mina chatmedi na bhaktiman. So charanarvinde, I have come to your lotus feet. So charanarvinde akinchano. I don't have any other alternatives. Please accept me. Akinchano na anya gati saranyam tvatpadam moolam sharanam prapatti. Please accept me, Lord. That's a brooming is required actually. And we can say, Naninditam karma tadasti loke. I have done so many degradable, abominable acts, Lord. What to do? But I have no other alternatives. In Aparadha Sahasrapadnam, there he also says, Avivekadanandadin muke bahuda santata dukkha varshini Bhagavan bhavadur dines pata skalitam mam avaloka achyuta. Avivek, because of my, I have misutilized my intelligence. Avivek. Avivek dhanandadin muke bahuda santata. And because of that, I am just suffering more and more. Bahuda santata dukkha varshinim. Just like falling, dukkha is falling on my head. Dukkha varshinim. Bhagavan bhava durdine. My days are going very durdina. Durdaivam, no. Misfortunate life. Durdina. Skalitam mam. I'm going down and down. Skalitam. Uh, and Lord, Skalitam Mam, please consider me, Lord. This is the way we have to go to Lord. This is the way we have to beat with shoes. This is the way we have to broom with sticks. This is the softer way. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ainanda Danuja Gingaram Paditam Mam Visume Bhavam Buddho Kripayadava Padapad Pangaja Titaduli Sadrisam Vichintaya. Please consider me, Lord. I am supposed to be a really Kinkaram. I have to do Kainkaryam. I am your eternal servant. I have to do eternal service. But I am fallen, Lord. Please consider me a dust particle in your lotus feet. This is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's way, is there actually to our train our mind actually there. So this is the loving way of this is the personal. It is called personalism. Personal training. It requires personal training actually. So there is a training. There are different trainings are there. That is called strong training. That is called smarta. They beat and beat and beat. Heart become hard. That's all. Finish. And there is a that is called only rule basis training. And there is another no rule basis. Just love Krishna. One becomes Sahajiya. That is another way of becoming. So the softer is there, but one becomes Sahajiya. No rule following. Our Vaishnava is a moderate actually. Rule plus love. Both are combined. Either that's why we become problem. Either we go towards smart impersonalist and go to Sahajiya personalism with no rule. We have to be with rule and with love. Only we have to move forward. That is the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us actually. So this is called balanced training, not one-sided training actually. Though it is said neglect, but we have to give some positive also to mind. That's why we are giving Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So that mind gets little softer, actually. So, so, and then little way we see now my happiness is not my happiness. My master's happiness is my happiness. This is the way we have to move towards. Now, if we are seeing that I am becoming happy in devotional service, that is not. Then we'll be going towards Sahajiya side. My master's happiness is my happiness. But we go strong way like tiger, that also very difficult. We have to go moderate way actually. So then therefore we have to carefully build the service attitude. Carefully build we have to do seva, then develop the seva bhav, then develop the samarpan bhav, then develop the seva, then become the develop sevak bhav. This is what is there. Seva to seva bhav, trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahisnuna, amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. Then we develop seva bhav, the attitude of service. Then nadanam najanam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kame mama janmani sware bhavatat bhakti redu samarpan bhav. Lord, only desire to please you. Only jagadisha kame, no other kamana. Then sevak bhav. Ay nanda tanuja kinkar. That is the way progression happens and the mind can become controlled actually. So this is the causeless mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we have to be, how can we practice? With like-minded association only. Those who are interested. That way. That's the only way we have to take. So then away that way awakening of constitutional position happens. Our real problem, we forgot constitutional position. Our solution is not that to do some settle here and settle down here. No. Mind wants to settle down somewhere here. That's all. But actual our requirement is we have to awaken our constitutional position, and more awakening has to happen actually. And how can it happen? Through deepening of gratitude. Through deepening of gratitude. Tam sukaradyam rujubi ananye sarane gripi kritagna kona seveta duraradyam asadhubi. If one is not grateful, he is asadhu. That's all. He is not sadhu. Duraradyam asadhubi. Tam sukaradyam rujubi. One has to be simple minded and grateful minded and go deep into it actually. And then humility, tolerance, dependency, all these things have developed actually. And we surrendering, we take shelter of Lord, because we cannot control mind. Mind is not our energy. Mind is Lord's energy. We are also one energy. Mind is another. One energy cannot control another energy. Only master of the energy has to control the energy. So akinchana. So so what is there? Akinchana means, akinchana means not, I don't want any material things. That is akinchana. We have to become niskinchana. My happiness, I am not interested in my happiness. That is called niskinchana. That is. So, मारो बिरा को भी जो इच्छा तो आर नित्य दास प्रति तू अधिकार. That is our way of working actually. So our journey is there actually. So there is one, maybe 5 minutes. In childhood also, I learned some. Father used to teach us. I'll speak. मन तो क्यों पछतावे रे, मन तो क्यों घबरावे रे, सिर पर श्री गोपाल बेड़ा पार लगावे रे. Why you are fearing? There is a Lord is there on the head, no? Huh? Then निज करनी को याद करे तो जिय घबरावे रे. When I see what I done, one blunders in my life, I get frightened actually. निज करनी को याद करे तो जिय घबरावे रे. आपकी महिमा सुन सुन मन में धीरज आवे रे. When I hear your glories, then I get, oh, just yes, it is. I get out of fear actually. That is there. जो मेरा अपराध गिने तो अंत न आवे रे. When I see what are the done my offenses, there is no end for it. जो मेरा अपराध गिने तो ऐसो दीन दयाल हरिचित एक न लावे रे. Hare, you are so merciful. You don't take to your heart any single thing actually. Even I offend, you forget actually. This is the Lord is there. Why we fear actually? Because we should know what type of Lord is there actually. पतित उदाहरण विरद आपको वेद बतावे रे. All Vedas are glorifying that you are the uplifter of fallen souls. पतित उदाहरण विरद आपको वेद बताए. मोर गरीब के, because I am so small person, then you will not definitely you will not put me down. I am sure about it. I am sure about it. That is the faith that will carry, So we should not be worried about control of mind. Lord himself will control the mind actually. This is the way. And here also it is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also speaking like that, because we forgot Vismriti happened. So Jagrati, Sthirmati, Smriti, Anusmriti, Rati, Priti. This is the way Sikshastakam goes. We forgot Vismriti. What is then? Awakening has to happen. Jagrati. We have to make person. Jago. Jiva jago, jiva jago. That is Jagrati. Then Sthirmati. We have to then have stability. Stability. When comes stability? Nadhanam najanam. That is the stability. Come. Smriti. Ainandatanuja kinkaram. That is Smriti. Oh, I am Lord. You are kinkaram, Lord. Anusmriti. Nainam galadasrudharaya vadanam gadagadarudaya gira pulge nichitam pugada tavanam grane bhavishyati. When repeated, when constant remembrance happens, then rati, fixed remembrance comes. And then sampatti, then we get the real dhan, wealth, preeti, prem from Lord Krishna, prem. That is the way it progress actually. Then called sthiramati. Our mind has to be stable. If mind goes, it can go any extent. That's the danger is there. So then we are moving from our susupta avastha and our what is called sleeping, swapna avastha. We have to move for awakening, jagrata avastha. Then move forward, and that is called our sense of separation. Now we have to come to sense of belongingness, our separatist mentality, and then we have to come to our united or united mentality actually. Integrated mentality has to come. Whatever Krishna wants, I want. That's the integrated mentality has to come. And there are other things are there, lot. I'm not going more because I'll tell you this last 2 minutes. Mind is a mind-boggling topic. Mind-boggling topic. Very intricate topic. It cannot be ended. It cannot be ended. And what is there? So anyone can say ये मेरी आत्मा की आवाज है, कुछ भी बोलते हैं आज, कुछ भी नहीं मालूम मेरी अंतरात्मा की आवाज. It's the आवाज of mind only. Oh, ये मेरी पुकार, अंतरात्मा की पुकार is all. No one knows what is Atma's pukar, what is, because we see Bhagavad Gita, Uddhare Atmana, 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 everything is said, Atmana is told to mind only. In that sloka we go, no? Atma means mind. So interchangeable. Atma and mind interchangeable. We don't know whether mind is speaking or Atma is speaking. That's why we get confused. A very, very big topic is there. Then here we are really, we have to depend on the mercy of the Lord. That's the only way. Thank you very much. Please forgive me for if I have spoken anything more. Hare Krishna. Please, any question? Yes. Mm. Mm. Mm.
our problem will be solved. So by neglecting, it is looking like problem is solved, but problem is not solving. Then how to understand that neglect is the solution?
Yes. Actually, neglecting means that's why it is to be done under supervision. We cannot neglect the mind, first of all. We have to neglect our mentality actually. I have to take mind very seriously. But those who are already have controlled the mind, under them, under their instructions, we have to disobey the mind's order. We should not neglect the mind. We disobey the order of the mind. There is a difference is there. We say, oh, now my mind will just neglect the mind. How? It's giving the orders. And we see it's the Atma's order, it's the mind's order only. But a senior person tell, oh, this is mind's order. This is not Atma. We have to be under loving training of a person who can train us in the mind. Otherwise, we cannot ignore. There is a difference between neglecting and ignoring. We cannot ignore the mind. How can we ignore? We have to take very seriously mind. Neglect the here it is said. It said, therefore we should be very expert in disobeying the mind's order. In purport is written. Expert. So how? But problem is that we say, what is, we justify. No, what's wrong in it? But somebody has to wrong is there in it. That is the called neglecting. Then following the instruction and neglecting our mind's order. Let's go parallelly. Clear? Anything else? That's okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद